Today, we're looking at what happens when people decide the law isn't enough and take justice into their own hands.
So who does step in? Our first case is a man whose actions actually helped ignite the Civil War.
Meet John Brown. As a boy, he witnessed the horrific beating of an enslaved child. It changed him forever.
That single moment sparked a silent, lifelong vow. He was going to wage an eternal war on slavery.
He truly believed he was delivering God's judgment. His actions kicked off a state-level civil war in Kansas.
But his final plan was his most audacious yet: raid a federal armory and start a massive slave uprising.
The problem was, word never got out. Instead of a slave army, the U.S. Marines showed up and surrounded him.
Just before his execution, he handed his jailer this note. Less than 2 years later, the Civil War began.
All right, let's switch gears. We're heading out to the West Coast, to a city born from absolute chaos. The gold rush hit San Francisco like a tidal wave. The population just exploded, and so did the crime.
The government was completely corrupt. So prominent citizens created their own, the Committee of Vigilance.
Once things calmed down, the committee disbanded. Big mistake. Corruption roared back, with 480 murders in 1 year.
So this newspaper editor, James King of William, started calling out corrupt officials by name, right in his paper.
Well, that was the last straw. King's public murder brought the Committee of Vigilance back, bigger than ever.
This time, they didn't just fight street crime, they took over, completely dismantling the corrupt city government.
Now, this isn't all just ancient history. Let's jump to a modern case that played out on live TV.
Gary Plauché trusted his son's karate teacher, even welcomed him into his home. Then, the man kidnapped his son.
When the awful truth came out, it sent Gary into an all-consuming rage. The legal system felt totally inadequate.
He got a tip from a friend at a TV station about the kidnapper's flight, so he went to the airport and waited.
And then, on live television, surrounded by news cameras, he shot the man point-blank in the head.
Despite committing murder on camera, Plauche never spent a single day in prison, thanks to huge public sympathy.
His justification was simple. And chillingly, it was a sentiment that many, many parents quietly understood.
These stories really make you ask, when the system fails, what happens to the line between justice and vengeance?